Hey everyone, it's Richard Metalfan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2020 album review. And today we're going to be looking into the new album from old school thrash metal band Testament entitled Titans of Creation, which came out today through Nuclear Blast Records. Now, Testament doesn't really need an introduction. It's part of the old school like Bay Area thrash band scene in the whole 1980s. He's along with like bands like Metallica and Megadeth, and I honestly think that Testament, I feel like these guys really deserve more. These guys have been around since 1983, and I've been pretty much a fan of these guys since I was a teenager. I remember first hearing like the Souls of Black album, and it was like, wow, and that pretty much what got me into this band. And even like some of their more modern stuff being like Formation of Damnation, Dark Roots of Earth, stuff like that. And I pretty much admire everything these guys have done. Even like their old, like late 90s stuff is like just when they were kind of went with more of a death metal sound. It's just ugh. And this album is the band's, I believe, 12th album. This is the follow-up to 2016's Brotherhood of the Snake, which I thought was a pretty good album. But this album, does this kind of live up or exceed what Brotherhood of the Snake has? In my honest opinion, it definitely has. I mean, Testament can do no wrong. It just, I don't even know. Just like the songwriting is great, production is great, and Chuck Billy, like his vocals are just great. Like he does like a lot, just the typical just thrashy styles vocals. Even like the demonic era, he does like just guttural death metals, which growls is just insane. And just the guitar work on this album is just tight. Eric Peterson and Alex Skolnick, his guitar playing is great. Just the riffs that Eric just does is superb, and just the leads that Alex Skolnick has done is just great. Bass-wise, Steve DiGiorgio's bass is pretty damn audible. You could definitely hear it well in the mix. And drumming-wise, what can I say about the Atomic Clock himself, Gene Hoglan? One of the best drummers, even drummers in metal, whether it be thrash metal or death metal. He does the job done well on this. Like, just the blast beats is just fucking amazing. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is the Children of the Next Level, which all the instruments on here is very on point, very good rhythm changes and riffs that are complement harmonizing chords, which is good for thrash metal. And the chorus is very good and formidable, and the machinery is ready, as we like, again, just ready to respond as well. Great way to start off this album. Anyway, next song on the album is called World War III, and the title itself is referring to the hypothetical Third World War and is more than explicit, which kind of feels like how it is right now. No, but anyway, the lyrics are about sort of like war escalations and nuclear weapons, is supported by thick and compact chords of devastating distortions without restrictions to annihilate whoever hears it. Dream Deceiver, which destined to crush our eardrums with just very great, with a great melodic chorus, together with sort of like a very light voice from Chuck and a guitar solo from Alex, worthy of being like a masterclass for its tempo changes, and contains sort of like its origin and ability. Next song on the album is called Night of the Witch, and this is actually like the first song that was released from this album that just puts us through long teeth and whiling with willies, just with these rhythms that are deprived from like the voice percept, the treble bar laps, and they call it to remember that this band just always complies. Great song. I love this song. This is pretty much a great first song that the best choice to as like a first single or just like a first song you should get to listen here before you hear this album. Anyway, moving on to City of Angels, which starts off with a really great bass intro from Steve DiGiorgio. In my opinion, one of the best bass players ever. He's played in like Death and other bands, and then he has a very variable and this song, I can't even speak today. This song has a very variable and changeable theme due to the arpeggios of the guitar and the vocal tone, rested by the mood that they plan to give, with it being followed by a mysterious halo that wraps around him slowly, and those are simple but virtuosious bass tones in this group is evident. Anyway, it's kind of similar to the last song, City of Angels. The next song on here is Ishtar's Gate, which once again the bass takes on a notable presence, and we have an almost legendary musician playing. And I honestly feel like Steve DiGiorgio is just a great bassist, one of the best bass players in metal. I honestly think he deserves more recognition. I mean, that's just me. Anyway, moving on to the next song on here, Symptoms, which, enjoying the peak and valleys of these rhythms of what we have now in chords that, due to their simplicity, convey their difficulty executing with the capacity that Testament and those joint choirs of our own brand give us. Then we move on to False Prophet, which has like some syncopated rhythms of classic thrash metal, which highlighting another member who also reaches the legend, including which is of course the great Gene Hoglan, which is a solid endorsement that no other bands have already wanted, and the guitar twins alone are delightful in this song. Anyway, the Healers, without failing into lengthening or fainting, we have this cut in total saturation of distortions with its stipulation of message of keeping his followers together with them. I meant saying it in the lyrics in Recovery and Medicinal Therapy. And forgive me if I butcher this next song title, which is Code of Hammurabi, which I feel like the bass is just present yet again. And here it was just crazy 3 songs in a row. I feel like this is pretty much the most you could definitely hear on the Testament album with the bass turned up right here, and it just clashes with the guitars, which sounds very intriguing in here. Great song. Curse of Osiris, which the intensification of the harmony is in here, and the metrics are on the agility and promptness that gets the instrument and the voice of Chuck flirting with sort of like black metal like modulations without any waste. And then the album closes with Catacombs, which is has some very good keyboards in here, which is kind of weird, which I don't think you really hear keyboards on a Testament album, and some really good vocal choirs and one last march to close. And I feel like this is a great way to end this album. Now, overall, Titans of Creation by Testament is a great album. I'm really looking forward to seeing them when they come here, hoping that it happens. So yeah, if I were to give this album a score, I'm probably going to give this probably a solid 9 out of 10. So yep, that's my review of the New Testament album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.